Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another wonderful round here at Slipstream Racing. I'm your host, Sagar Bakshi, aka The Real High, and we're in for a wonderful treat. We just had the Spa 24 Hours. We just had the Belgian Grand Prix. Now it's time for the Slipstream Racing edition of ACF1, driving around Spa-Francorchamps. We got 14 minutes left on the clock for the qualifying session, but the season has only just begun, and we've got some details to report. Of course, none other than Mr. Cody Lawrence himself has been dominating the championship so far, with nothing but wins attached to his name, running P1 at Silverstone and getting a point for the fastest lap, but not so at Suzuka, getting that fastest lap, but taking first place. And then we have Jaden Neal in P2 right now in the championship with 43 points. He's only 8 points adrift right now, and it could still be sealed sooner rather than later for Mr. Cody Lawrence. We have Colin Edwards running in third place with 33 points, 10 points behind Jaden Neal. He's got a third place and a sixth place, if I'm not mistaken, at Suzuka. Then Pete Rader in fourth place, Matt Chevry in fifth, Trent H in sixth, Twisted Jack in seventh, John Hokie in eighth, Spump in ninth, Ryan Earl in 10th, Anand Trivedi in 11th, Cody Fowers in 12th, Alan Toast in 13th, James Shorter in 14th, Mac Piermain in 15th, and Grant Worley in 16th. Got only a handful of those drivers here tonight, 10 of them by my account. We've got 11 and the number 1. We've got the 5, the 6, the 14, the 16, the 33, the 23, and the 84. Jaden Neal tops the charts with a 141.278 here at the Spa Grand Prix. Beats Cody Lawrence's time by 0.3 of a second. Here comes Twisted Jack getting his provisional time set, 144.028. The track is only optimum right now, 98% grip. We're still waiting to see the track rubber in fully. Here comes Matt Chevry through the final complex of corners, the bus stop chicane, as it were. And will he come down pit road, or is this going to be his first indicative time? This will be his first time set, hopefully. And let's see what he has when he gets to the line. It'll be an invalid lap as he approaches La Source. Here's Mr. Cody Lawrence. He's improving by just a smidgen or two as he comes around the big fat Poulan. Hitting through Poulan now, the big double left-hander corner, and then now into the next complex. Into Stavelot we plunge. Paul Ferrer is where he just completed. Now on towards Blanchimont, a completely flat out section of the track where we'll see a ton of overtaking action taking place as we head down into the final corner. It looks like Cody Lawrence is still on for a cracking lap, but does he have 0.3 in his pocket? He does have 0.6 nearly in his pocket, a 141.036. Ryan Earl sets a 141.246. Now he's just 0.2 behind Mr. Cody Lawrence. Jaden Neal 0.2 back as well, but sitting in pit lane with 10.5 minutes left to go in this session. Pete Rader finds fourth place with 142. Trent H in fifth place right now, and he's looking to improve that time, 142.611 on that attempt. Matt Chevry sets that time, 143.246. Taking a look at the calendar, we've been to Silverstone, Suzuka. Now we're at Spa. Next up will be the Red Bull Ring. Then we have Interlagos and then Monza to round out this championship. After this round, we will be 50% of the way completed with this championship, with the next race being at the Red Bull Ring in just a few weeks' time. If you want to get involved in any of the Slipstream racing action, check them out on AssetoHosting.com or find Slipstream Racing on your favorite Discord server. Track temperature 34 degrees Celsius. Ambient temperature being 25 degrees Celsius. The track has gone optimum to 99%. Expect to see a lot of drivers come down pit road. Here comes Ryan Earl. Here comes Cody Lawrence. And I expect them to get a full change of tires, fully refuel their car, and head back out now that the track grip has optimized almost fully. 8.5 minutes left of running, and the drivers are still coming to grips with the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Here comes Matt Chevry. He is improving by a heap of time, but throws it away, comes down pit road on that occasion. And here comes Cody Lawrence out of pit lane on the C4 compound, looking to put some rubber down and improve that lap time. 1:41.036 is the time to beat. This is, of course, going to be an installation lap for him. This is Jaden Neal driving for Porsche Penske right now. Coming through Blanchimont now. A little bump there lets you know you're hitting your brake marker just right. Going into the bus stop chicane. Jaden Neal gets to the line. 1:40.835 does beat Cody Lawrence's time out there. That quick pit stop and go really paying dividends for Jaden Neal. Cody Lawrence is on pace for improvement as he comes down through Brussels and now through Speaker No Name Corner. And in through Pouan under the Heineken 00 banner. Past the crypto boards we go and into Campus and Stavelot. Oh, and Cody Lawrence roasts those tires. Getting on the accelerator a little too early, does a big fat pirouette. Fortunately, avoids any collision with the walls thanks to all the runoff that's available. Here's Ryan Earl looking to improve. Driving the number 14 Aston Martin. Ryan Earl takes provisional pole away by just 64 thousandths of a second. 1:40.771 being the new time to beat. Pete Rader coming through Stavlot now. And busting his way through Blanchimont. Avoiding track limits there. Sparks flying out from the undercarriage of that vehicle. A little squirrely on acceleration as he gets to the line of 142.122. Won't improve his spot in the standings. He might just be in fourth place, best of the rest for now. Trent H approaches the start-finish line, 142.338 for him as well, driving the number 84. Alan Toast coming up the hill through Radion. Just about 3 minutes left in this qualifying session. The time flies by when you're having fun here at Slipstream Racing. I'm sure this race will be no different. Alan Toast getting a little squirrely and touching on that, not grassfall, that is just going to be gravel at the exit of No Name. Once upon a time, there was grassfault located there, but due to track limits violations, the track has been filled in with a ton of gravel runoff area to prevent drivers from gaining an advantage and prevent track limits violations going forward, resulting in quite a few incidences during the 2024 24 Hours of Spa when that was first introduced. Two drivers in the GT cars getting beached, and unfortunately due to the rules there as well as here, if your car hits a flatbed truck, you're disqualified from the remainder of that event, whether it be qualifying or whether it be the race session. So teleporting to pits will result in a DNF for you and your team. But as Cody Lawrence did as well, he was able to catch the pirouetting car, drive it back to pit lane, and he's back out onto the racing circuit yet again. Matt Chevry improving his time by just a little bit. He's done 2 good laps so far. And looking to improve that number 16 Ferrari just that much further up the standings. Up into 8th gear he goes on his way to Blanchimont, topping out around 236, 238. And all the way down into 2nd gear and 100 kph. Matt Chevry sets a new personal best, 142.535, with just 50 seconds left to go in the session. I don't think Cody Lawrence is going to start on pole position, as he is right in front of Alan Toast. We're right behind Alan Toast now. Here comes Toast through Blanchimont. A little bit of a block went on, or I think just miscommunication of car placement as Alan Toast approaches the line. This won't be an improvement for him, but he will get one more lap. 143.909 is his best time. A little lockup of the brakes coming through turn 1. La Source and Trent H coming out of the first corner himself now. Chevry calls it quits, heads over to pit lane. That'll be checkered flag for him. Cody Fowers, James Shorter, and Ryan Earl as well. Here comes the number 1 of Alan Toast, a number plate that is normally reserved for the season championship winner, but Alan Toast taking that Max Verstappen Red Bull to heart here. Trying to put that number 1 on the first position of the podium. But sitting right now in 7th place, 3.1 seconds off the good of Ryan Earl and Jaden Neal. Twisted Jack with a 143.773 beats out Alan Toast by just about a 1/10.5. Wowza! A little bit of a speed boost for Alan Toast. Gets bumped in the rump there from, I believe that was Cody Lawrence, coming into the final pair of corners at the exit of Blanchimont. Oh, that was Trent H potentially. And he goes up into 4th place. No, Trent H is all right. Cody Lawrence was the driver, I believe, that was caught up in that incident, as he is stopped there at the entrance to the bus stop chicane. The 4th place car of Trent is still going on forward. And there's Cody Lawrence limping his car back home. I can't see the damage on that vehicle, but I imagine that he sustained quite a bit of it as he ran into the rear end of Alan Toast. That'll conclude the qualifying session. P1 goes to Ryan Earl, and he'll take that first lunge towards La Source, hopefully. Let's run through our starting grid. We have Ryan Earl in P1, driving a 140.771 in the Aston Martin. Jaden Neal in P2, driving the Porsche Penske car, and he is driving a 140.835, the number 6 for him. Cody Lawrence starting in 3rd place in the number 11, 141.036 for him tonight. And we have Trent H driving the number 84, 141.979, excuse me, for the Corvette Racing Team. Pete Rader for Williams Racing is in the number 23, and he's got a 142.122 to his name. Matt Chevry, 142.535, driving the number 16 Ferrari, and he is in 6th place. Twisted Jack, 143.773 in 7th place for Team Bowes. Alan Toast driving the number 1 Oracle Red Bull racing car, a 143.909 for him. Cody Fowers, the number 44, in number 9 position. 145.222 will be his best time available. Then we have James Shorter, number 33, 147.005 for him, in 10th place for the Octane Racing Team. Then we have the safety car, Aston Martin DXB DBX 9. And we're going to be driving in last place in pit lane. I don't know why I'm rolling back. Waiting for the Christmas tree to become illuminated, and we will get ready to start this 29-lap race around Spa-Francorchamps. Beautiful grid of cars, beautiful grid of drivers. Revving their engines, rearing and ready to go, folks. Six lights are on. And green, 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 away we go. The 29-lap race for Slipstream Racing has begun. Ryan Earl gets one done into La Source. Pretty well covered off by the number 6 behind. Can't find a way through. Cody Lawrence is chopping at the bit, wanting to find a way through, but just can't do so. DRS will not be activated until lap 2, but that's not going to stop the Porsche Penske from trying to work himself the long way around the outside. The battle for the lead is on. Cody Lawrence might make this a 3-wide situation going into Lacombe, but no. It looks like the Porsche Penske number 6 will take the lead. Matt Chevrier is out at turn number 3. Coming into Lacombs as he skidded across the asphalt and into the runoff area. He'll be starting the race in lap 2 from last place, unfortunately. The leaders are pretty well apt to dealing with this type of stress and getting their moves done and dusted. Ryan Earl is no slouch at ACF1. He's going to have his work cut out for him. Trent H is trailing behind. Cody Fowers falls to the back of the pack and allows Matt Chevrier to go forward. Alan Toast in this 3-way pack. A little menage a trois in Belgium, wouldn't you know. Twisted Jack leads Pete Rader, leading Alan Toast right now as we come through Corporate Paul Ferrer for the first time. Side-by-side action is concluded as Pete Rader backs out of it just a little bit and lets Alan Toast through. 2/10 of a gap separating them up at the front of the grid. Oh, Cody Lawrence trying to find his way through up the inside on Ryan Earl, but can't manage to do so. Ryan Earl's going to weave his way over to the racing line, push Cody to the outside line, leading down in towards turn 1. Cody tries to go for a little switchback maneuver, but has to fall in file single way as we go up the hill through Erouge and up the hill into Radion. Trent H trying to hold on for dear life. 9/10 adrift from the car in front, but all this battling is going to allow for him to make up some positions and gain some opportunities. Cody Lawrence trying to work his way long way around the outside. Does the same thing to Ryan Earl that happened earlier, but Ryan Earl snaps back this time, pushes Cody Lawrence a little bit wide at the exit of Lacombs. Around the long way at Bruxelles. Can't find it. Single file is the order of operations again for Cody Lawrence right now. Alan Toast falls to the back of the pack behind Cody Fowers for now. Trent H has slipstreamed his way back into this pack. He's only 4/10 away from a man named Cody Lawrence. Pete Rader having an incident, tumbles back into 8th place. James Shorter as well loses a position to Matt Chevry. Pete Rader is disqualified for teleporting to pit lane. I'm just hearing from the race control. Unfortunate that the race has come to an end for Pete Rader just after 2 laps of running. .4 the gap between Ryan Earl and the leader of the race, Cody Fowers, having another incident. This time it looks like before the entrance of Corporal Paul Ferrer. Fast laps for all the drivers being set here on lap 2 now. DRS should be activated here and now, allowing the drivers to slipstream each other just that much more. Coming up the hill through Eau Rouge, and now there it is. The DRS flap is wide open on Cody Lawrence's car, trying to go again the long way around the outside. We all know that the outside line turns into the inside for the following corner. Cody Lawrence got that one done and dusted like a piece of cake. Trent H just waiting, biding his time right now in 4th place, as it were, watching this whole battle unfold in front of him, waiting for any opportunity to pounce, to strike, to gain a position should things go awry for the drivers out in front. But most of these guys are pretty clean. I wouldn't expect too much drama here at the front. Trent H doing a great job of keeping within spitting distance of the drivers in front that have pretty much set the pace this entire championship season so far. And as many seasons as I've been watching Slipstream Racing, Trent H has improved this time and time again, doing a great job to keep in touch with these front runners. Check in with Matt Chevry really quickly as he chases down Twisted Jack. The gap was around 1.5 seconds just about a lap ago, and he was down at the back end of the field, but thanks to Pete Rader, Cody Fowers, Alan Toast, and James Shorter's mistakes, Matt Chevry has climbed back up to 6th place. 144.8, 144.2, 144.8, 145.8, 145.6 for the leaders. 148.5, 147.6 for this battle. So expect to see Matt Chevry catch back up to Twisted Jack and go for an opportunity going into Lacombe. Down the hill we plummet through Eau Rouge, up the hill through Radion we go. The DRS flap is wide open, and it looks like Twisted Jack is trying to cover off that inside line, forcing Matt Chevry to work his way along the outside, but the move is done and dusted before we even got to the entrance of Lacombe. The AIEA racing team is down into 6th place now, loses that position to Matt Chevry. AIEA, sometimes IOU and Y. Let's see where the drivers started, and let's see how they're doing as far as their progress is concerned. Ryan Earl's lost 2 positions off the start. Begun the race in 1st place, now down into 3rd after only 3 laps of running. 4 laps of running. We are on to lap 5 now. Jaden Neal and Cody Lawrence have both improved 1 position apiece over Ryan Earl. Trent is the only one with negative or positive gains right now, other than Alan Toast and Cody Fowers. Cody Fowers into the pits. That was quite early. Hopefully not a technical issue bequeathing him, forcing him out of the race. And we'll see him back on track sooner rather than later. Alan Toast with nothing gained, nothing lost as well. Matt Chevry is up 1. Twisted Jack's up 1. James Shorter's up 3 positions on attrition and pace alone on the racetrack. Everybody's running the C3 compounds right now, the medium compound of tire. Expect to see similar strategy calls be set out for them. A little bit of elbows out racing between James Shorter and Alan Tost as Tost sends it into the Banshees. Now through Blanchimont, the driver separated by a half a second. Closest battle in the field right now. Taking a look at Mr. Cody Lawrence as he tries to chase down Jaden Neal. This is the battle for all the marbles. DRS flap is opened for Alan Tost as he tries to get past James Shorter yet again. Or vice versa, flip that, spin that around. Alan Tost trying to get past James Shorter. Cody Lawrence and the Cadillac Racing Team now 1 second adrift, cannot open that DRS flap without penalties being applied. He is not within 1 second of Jaden Neal out in front, so that rear wing should not open up for Cody Lawrence, but you know whose will? It'll be Alan Tost as he tries to chase down James Shorter. 144.3, 144.2. Cody Lawrence is just that much quicker, nearly a tenth quicker on that lap. He has closed down the gap to under 1 second. This is going to be dangerous. Going for a move inside Blanchimont is never a great idea. Here we are looking at the battle for the lead of the race now. Cody Lawrence within that 1 second DRS range. Will he open up that rear wing? I believe he can and will. He does, but is he close enough to Jaden Neal to get this one done and dusted? Going into Lacombe, I don't think so. Alan Tost is nearly 3/10 quicker on that last lap than James Shorter. We've got two epic battles right now between 7th and 8th and 1st and 2nd brewing up. Here's a battle between Alan Tost and James Shorter. Alan Tost should get this one snatched back quick, fast, in a hurry, and might even get it done before the DRS flap opens. It does open up, and he is going to run side by side going into Lacombe's. Check back in there, and James Shorter cooks it under the braking zone of Lacombe's. We just nearly missed that action, but thank goodness for our live cameraman taking care of it and getting us back over to the racing action as quickly as possible. Cody Lawrence still 8/10 back from Jaden Neal. Is anyone on hards? I don't believe so, Tyler. We usually see drivers pick the hard compound of tires towards the beginning of the race when they have a higher fuel load, and get softer compounds for the last half of the race, but we haven't seen that. All drivers have selected the C3 compound, and Twisted Jack for AIEA Racing is down pit road right now, and he's stopped for a pretty long time. I think he might be rolling out right now. 38.6 seconds down pit road for Twisted Jack, and he is out rolling again, and he has taken again the C3 compound tires. So no change there. One pit stop for Twisted Jack, Cody Fowers, and Pete Rader right now. Pete Rader taking a DNF. Cody Fowers just taking a very long pit stop right now. Cody Lawrence must be having a bad day. Gap has opened up to 1.5 seconds between himself and Jaden Neal. Cody Lawrence is about 9 kilometers an hour faster in a straight line over the cars around him. Assume that it is due to the DRS flap being open. Not seeing any ballast applied to any of the drivers, so assume that is a scratch for everybody. We're seeing everybody's absolute indicative pace right now, resulting in a bit of a runaway drive for Jaden Neal and Cody Lawrence, but an exciting battle up at the front of the grid. Expect to see Alan Toast and James Shorter come together again. Shorter was a little bit faster than Alan Toast. Cody Lawrence back into the mix, 144.394 on that previous lap, 144.4 for Jaden Neal, 144.5 for Ryan Earl, 145.9 for Trent H, Matt Chevry, 149.0, Alan Toast, 150, 153 for James Shorter, 212 for Twisted Jack. That's because Jack just came out of pit road. Stop chicane. 144.7 to 144.4. Again, Cody is plummeting that time and bringing the gap down to the car in front. Just that much closer. He is in 1 second range of the car in front. Crosshairs are on. He is locked in for sure. And he should be able to activate the DRS wing. Yes, he does, and it is open, allowing him to clear some of that dirty air and get through this that much quicker. Coming around No Name corner. And in through Puon. Gap stays about the same. James Shorter 149.258 in that previous lap. Twisted Jacks bringing down the gap 146.4 that previous lap. Lapping around 3 seconds faster than the car in front of him. Expect to see that gap come down within the next lap or two. On the front wing of Alan Toast's car, you can see the Flexi Bits flex on that front wing. Alan Toast pushing as hard as he can through Puon, and he used all the track that he's bought and paid for here as we come underneath the Heineken banner. And into Campus, he almost loses the car. Battle for the lead back on. As we get through Lacombe, you could see Ryan Earl just in the background. About 6.3 seconds back, as it were. Alan Toast comes down pit road. And Alan Toast actually calls it quits. The number one Oracle car is no more. And a pit call for Jaden Neal from the lead of the race. On lap 12, he decides to call it good on the C3 compound. Let's see what he decides to put on for the remainder of the race. Cody Lawrence has a little bit more faith in the rubber beneath him. And there's a good pit stop, 25.9 seconds. Promotes Trent H. and Ryan Earl, Cody Lawrence to 1, 2, 3, as it were. Jade Neal in 4th place, Matt Chevry in 5th, James Shorter in 6th, Twisted Jack in 7th, Cody Fowers running in 9th, Alan Toast and Pete Rader taking DNFs for this, the 3rd round of the 10.5 mini-series. And I think Matt Chevry almost lost it coming through the cones. And just to hold on. 20 seconds adrift from Jaden Neal this lap around. Jaden Neal did decide to take the C4 compound. I believe that should be the soft compound tire. Here's Twisted Jack and James Shorter's battle. Bobbing, weaving, looking every which way as Twisted Jack can't find a way through. Try to go for one the long way around the outside. Coming to the bus stop chicane, sells the dummy. Goes for a little over-under action. Twisted Jack gets one done on James Shorter. Meanwhile, Trent H just got passed by Jaden Neal. While we were looking at that battle for 6th and 7th, Jaden Neal, using the DRS, got back up to Trent H and passed him with relative ease as he is on those ailing C3 compound tires. Let's check in with Jaden Neal and see if he is on those red-walled C4s. He should be. This are the red wall, the soft compound tires that he decided to take. Very interesting to see and think if he can make it to the very end of the race, or if he plans on making this a 2-stop event tonight. He's got about 14 seconds of ground to make up to get a free pit stop out of the cars in front of him now. Keeping an eye on the lap times, he is about 1.5 seconds faster than the cars in front of him. I don't think that's enough pace to make the C4s work. He's got to get the hurry up and go put down onto the black stuff to make this strategy work in his favor. Of course, it doesn't take into account the falling or degrading C3 compound tires. We'll have to keep an eye on the clock and see how the drivers are doing. Lap 15 of lap 29 completed here when the driver crosses the line. Looks like Cody Lawrence is getting to Blanchimont now, and Jaden Neal actually lapping 0.6 quicker than his previous best time, so going faster and faster now that he doesn't have the traffic in front of him. He's got plenty of clear air. 1:45.1 being the previous lap by Cody Lawrence. Let's keep an eye on what Jaden Neal can produce when he gets to the line. 1:42.9. Wowza. Nearly 2 seconds a lap now, faster than the cars in front of him. That means if he can make these tires work for another 7 laps, he could have this in the bag, technically speaking. That is, of course, if Cody decides to go for the medium compound again for his second stint. But Jaden Neal is catching back up to Ryan Earl in second place. The gap now just 3.5 seconds. You can see Ryan Earl at the bottom part of your screen. bottoming out as they come through Blanchimont. You tell how loaded these cars are with fuel and how nip and tuck their setups are, because the car is bottoming out at one of the fastest parts of the track. Will tell you that it's awfully low to the ground and doing its job. On this lap, we should see Jaden Neal catch up to Ryan Earl and go for the overtake. If he's lapping 2 seconds a lot quicker, and math is mathing, he is within 2 seconds of Ryan Earl, but where can he make this overtake happen is the question. Headed down into Pouhon. It's within half a second between the two drivers. Does he go for a sneaky look at the entrance to the Fangies? I don't think so. About campus in Stablot. This might be a move through Blanchimont, as the Porsche number 6 catches to the rear wing of that Aston Martin. Side by side through Blanchimont. 2 does not go into 1 typically, but they end up making it work. The complete side by side. The Aston Martin trying to hold on for dear life, but the Porsche Penske is just a little too fast there. Has the grip and traction, plus the inside line. Cody Lawrence decides to go down pit road. We won't peel away from this battle to see if Ryan Earl can give Jaden Neal a run for his money. And it doesn't look like it on this occasion. James Shorter, next driver up the road, will be a back marker, and he looks like he's peeling out of the way to allow the leading duo to keep their battle raging on. Let's check in with Cody Lawrence as he comes out of pit road. He is on the C4 compound. He is trying to make it to the end of this event, and he sees what Jaden Neal has been able to produce as far as lap times are concerned. Speaking of C4 compound, we have Trent H on that C4 as well, and James Shorter also on the C4 compound. Let's take a look at those pit stops real quick. And it really just leaves Ryan Earl left to make his one mandatory pit stop for this event. He is still driving those C3 compounds that he started the race on. And let's see if he will decide to come down pit road sooner rather than later, or if he decides to stay out and make this a one-stop race to make it to the very end on that C4 compound. That would be a strategy that I would try. Looking at the progress, Jaden Neal has advanced into first place and over Ryan Earl, who is coming down pit road right now. Then we have Cody Lawrence, who's back where he started the race in third place. Trent H in fourth place, still holding on for dear life. Matt Chevry in fifth, Twisted Jack in sixth, James Shorter in seventh, Alan Toast, Cody Fowers, and Pete Rader resting in pit lane. Ryan Earl makes a very fast pit stop, a quick splash dash tire change, and he's back in the running of things. He's lost 2 positions off the good, and he is down into third place, but don't count him out yet. He is on the C4 compound with 10 laps remaining of this event. I presume he's going to try to take it home to the end of this race. Trent H doing a great job in 4th place right now, as I mentioned earlier. He's in 6th place in the championship right now. With Rader and Edwards out of this event, he should gain a haul of points and potentially might regain P4 in the championship. He is tied with Matt Chevry as it stands right now. So just a few points ahead of Matt, as it were. And again, Cody Lawrence leads his championship with nothing but wins so far. Fastest lap point was not gained by Cody Lawrence in race 2 at Suzuka. Jaden Neal stole that away with his P2 finish. Colin Edwards in 3rd, Pete Rader in 4th, Matt Chevry in 5th, Trent H in 6th, tied with 24 points. Tied for 16 is Twisted Jack and John Hokie. We don't see John Hokie here tonight, so that should promote Twisted Jack further up the field. As Twisted Jack does come down pit road. Got a little bit of F1 trivia for you folks. Jaden Neal comes down pit road. Who is the driver to win the most Formula One races at Spa-Francorchamps with 6 victories? And for hard mode, you tell me what years that they've won the Belgian Grand Prix. Now, Jaden Neal taking that pit stop is a little bit dangerous, much like Matt Chevry's trip into the kitty litter. Can he get the car rolling again? He does get the car rolling again. Again, the question is, who is the driver that has won the most Formula One races at Spa-Francorchamps with 6 victories? Hard mode is to tell me what years they won. And if I remember, I'll give the answers at the end of the stream. Spa-Francorchamps has a track length of 4.3 miles or 7 kilometers. Founded in 1921, is the current layout from 2022. Located in none other than Francorchamps, Belgium. Got 19 corners, 9 to the right, 10 to the left, with 337 feet or 103 meters of elevation change. And it's got a 0.65 long straightaway. That'll be the Kemmel Straight. Spa-Francorchamps celebrating 100 years of GT racing in 2024 at the 24 Hours of Spa. Where the who's who of GT racing shows up to compete in their GT3 machinery. Unlike the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, the 24 Hours of Spa is strictly a GT3 class. With classifications of drivers separating the divisions of that class. Several drivers have won their first Formula One race at the iconic Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. A couple notable examples include Michael Schumacher, the legendary driver, won his first race at Spa in 1992 driving for Benetton. Kimi Räikkönen secured his first victory in 2003 for McLaren at Spa. Daniel Ricciardo, the Australian that we all love, won his first Grand Prix in 2014 driving for Red Bull. The first Formula One race at Spa-Francorchamps took place in 1950, and the winner was Juan Manuel Fangio. He won the inaugural Belgian Grand Prix in 1950, which was part of a very first Formula One World season. Cody Lawrence looking to make this a big fat W here for Slipstream Racing and take the Triple Crown, or the hat trick, I should say, of victories for this 10.5 mini season. That is, if the Porsche Penske of Jaden Neal can't do anything about it. I just don't think there's enough laps left for Jaden Neal to make the two-stop work. He's 11 seconds back with just 6 laps left to go. Looking at the live timing, 142 for last lap for Cody, 142.3 last lap for Jaden Neal. Just about a tenth quicker now that he's taken those new C4 compound tires. $142.7 to a $142.3. That will be the fastest lap of the race so far. All drivers onto the C4 compound of tires. Here comes Cody Lawrence deep onto the brakes into Lacombe's. Next driver between the crosshairs will be Twisted Jack. Five laps remaining here, folks. Ryan Earl in third place, Matt Chevry in fifth place. Trent has had a very quiet event. Just keeps on trundling on in fourth place. Big 41-second gap between Matt Chevry and Trent H after a big slip and trip and fall at the end of the Kemmel Straight. 142 for Jaden Neal on that previous lap. 142 flat. He's about a second faster than Cody Lawrence, with just 4 laps left to go. Twisted Jack peels out of the way, lets Cody Lawrence right on through at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Lap 26 of 29, Cody Lawrence, Ryan Earl, Jaden Neal, Trent H., and Matt Chevry comes down pit lane. And does Matt try to go for the fastest lap of the event? I already said all the drivers were on the C4 compound, but Matt will have a lighter fuel load than what Ryan Earl was able to set, and he is actually 14 seconds back from Cody Lawrence, having a pretty bad previous lap. And Matt does get a free pit stop out of that. Back on the C4 compound, up the hill through Radion, down the Kemmel Straight. And Jaden Neal takes a pit stop. That promotes Trent actually up into third position. I wonder what happened to Jaden Neal. And that's definitely not going to be a free pit stop for him, as Trent is now promoted onto the podium with 2 laps remaining. Cody Lawrence coming up the hill for the penultimate time. Now, can Jaden Neal close down the gap on Trent? I don't think so. Not enough time, not enough laps remaining. Gaps come down significantly, but not significantly enough. You can see on the mini map where the third place car is versus the fourth place car. It looks like the third place of Trent H is coming through corporate Paul Ferrer right now. And the fourth place car of Jaden Neal is just getting through the Fanges. White flag is waving. Final lap for the drivers. Fastest lap, a 1:41.570, set by Jaden Neal on that previous lap. Man is out here blazing a trail. And it's been all said and good, well and done, but Cody Lawrence started from P3, works his way forward through the battling pack of Ryan Earl and Jaden Neal, and will take home the checkered flag and a big bottle of champagne on the podium as he comes to the bus stop chicane for the final time. Cody Lawrence in P1 finishes the Spa-Francorchamps Grand Prix here at Slipstream Racing in P1. Ryan Earl did his best diligence to try to catch back up to that P1 spot. Couldn't quite do it. He will take home P2. Trent H has had a quiet but deadly race, taking home P3. 23 seconds adrift from Ryan Earl. All things said and done, though, a podium finish will be a hefty haul of points for this man, who should be in P4 in the championship standings after tonight. Congratulations to Trent, and enjoy the champagne while you can. Jaden Neal will be the next driver to cross the line with a very late pit stop for Jaden Neal and the Porsche Penske team. The number 6 crossed the line in 4th place. Matt Chevry will be one of the last drivers to cross the line as he's coming around the bend right now. 49 seconds adrift from Jaden Neal. Had a slip, trip, and fall at the end of the Kemmel Straight leading into Lacombe's, and set his race a little further back than he would like. Twisted Jack in 6th, James Shorter in 7th for them respectively. Looking at the live timing, he did have similar pace to Trent getting towards the end of the race. What could have been, what could have was for Matt Chevry, but he'll take home 5th place for now. And it's a close battle between Trent H and Matt Chevry for best of the rest. Right now it's Cody Lawrence, Ryan Earl, Trent H, Jaden Neal, Matt Chevry, Twisted Jack, James Shorter. And that'll do it for us tonight, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for sticking around. It's been a pleasure to be your host, as always. Please join us next week, same time, same place, where we head to the Red Bull Ring to finish things out. And hopefully not in smoky fashion like that, but just in a calm, nice fashion. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. And as always, make sure you stay safe out there. Bye-bye.